Okay, so we're going to be going through the foot circuit. Initially, when you are setting up, your legs are going to be together with your feet out in front of you, and you want your hips a little bit behind you. So all that means is instead of having your hips in front of you, you're just going to walk your hips behind you so that way you can posture up, and feel free to use your arms to kind of support, just to kind of keep yourself upright. Okay? So, the actual circuit itself, all of the movements will be listed out for you in the program. We're just going to run through each movement, and they'll be done back to back to back. Initially is going to be the toe crunches. So we're just going to keep our posture here, and then it's just the toes moving and crunching down. There's no ankle movement. So ankle movement would look like your foot moving forward and back. It's just the toes crunching. Okay? There's going to be 10 of those. And then on your 10th one, you're going to crunch and you're going to hold for a 10 count. And so these can just be, 1 1,000s, 2 1,000s, so forth. There's going to be a 10-second hold. And then the third one out of this position, you're going to keep that hold in the toe crunch. And now you're going to involve the foot, which is the ankle motion. So I keep that held, and we're going to do 10 where you're keeping your toes crunched and moving the foot forward and back. Okay? Sometimes people actually get a cramp during this one, so if you feel that, you can just shake it out real quick and then finish your 10. From there, it doesn't matter which side you want to go to. I'm going to put my right knee down, but we're going to be in a half kneel position. Okay? So the half kneel, I don't need to be directly in front of myself. I can give myself, hip width apart. The main key here is I want my toes pointing forward on this side, and my big toe needs to stay down throughout the entirety of this movement. Okay? So now, you can feel free to place your hand on like the top of the shin, front of the knee area. And from here, the motion is two different pieces. There's going to be a forward and a backward rock, where I'm actually physically rocking, and there's going to be a slight turn. Okay? So now the turn, when I do that, I need to keep pressure through the big toe the entire time. That should never leave the ground. So this arm will stay down. It can be flat or it can be a fist. As I rock back a couple inches, I'm going to turn towards this foot. Okay, when you do it, you should see a little bit of like an arch or like a curve appear here. So we're going to do 5 of those. I start in the middle, I rock back and turn out. When you come back to the middle, be mindful that your knee doesn't come past where it started. It starts from straight and it goes to out. On the 5th one, you're going to hold for 5 seconds. So now I'm just holding in that turn position. 3, 2, 1. And now from there, we're not going to switch sides. You're going to just raise your back knee off the ground. And it can stay bent. It does not need to be straight. I can also support some of my weight. I have my chest resting on this leg, if you would like. And now you're going to repeat that movement. Okay? Also notice my back foot's turned in just slightly. Okay? So now it's going to be the same motion. I'm going to rock back a little bit, and I'm going to turn. And I'm going to do 5 again. So the big toe is staying down. And then on the 5th one, again, we're going to hold for 5. Okay, we have our 5 seconds. And now we're going to come to standing. We're not going to switch sides yet. So now when we are standing, you're going to be still, feet directly underneath the hips, okay? We are doing 2 different motions, okay? There's going to be a bit of a hinge, which is going to feel like a hamstring stretch. So before we do that, we're going to pull the shoulder blades back. Okay, so you make elbows back, just maintain that position. We can have a slight unlock in the knee. And now the feet stay down, my toes stay down, but I'm going to push my butt back. And I'm just going to get as much hamstring stretch as I can tolerate without changing the position of my back. Okay, so my back position is still the same as when it started. I'm just reaching behind me. And this is holding for a 10 count. And now when I'm doing this, I also want to pull the floor apart with my feet. So imagine there was like a line right here and I was trying to rip the floor outward. during that. So I apply tension outwards during that 10 seconds. Okay? From there, I can just keep my feet exactly where they are, toes pointing forward. We're gonna go hands down to the floor, and you're gonna be in what is called either like a catcher's position or a gargoyle position, okay? Only go as low as your range of motion allows, okay? So this would work perfectly fine if you were here. The key though when you're doing it is my butt should still be behind me. So it was here during my hinge. When I go down, I'm still kind of keeping it behind me as opposed to my knees coming forward with my hips coming forward. The motion here is going to be a kneeling calf raise, okay? So once I'm here, I'm going to move my hands so you can see my feet, but feel free to just keep yours in front of you. You can think of it as you are pushing the front of the foot or the front of the ankle forward, or you can think of it as you're trying to get your shins to be vertical. So we're going to do a kneeling calf raise, where I push them forward like so. The toes should still be facing forward, so if your feet have turned outward, you can go ahead and slide them back. And then you'll be doing 10 to 20 of these, depending on where you are starting out with your foot strength. Be mindful you don't turn this into a squat. So it's just the ankles and feet moving. It's not a squat motion at the same time. Now from here, we just go back down the other side. Everything is just mirroring the opposite of what you did. So we'll go back to our hinge stretch again. The toes are forward, pulling the floor apart, the back is tight, butt goes back, holding for 10 again. And now whichever foot you did not do the first time, we're doing the opposite. So I can go down to my other knee, toes are still forward, holding the knee, and I rock back and turn outward. I hold for 5 on the 5th. Remember the big toe is staying down. I repeat with the knee off the floor. It can stay bent. I can support myself on this leg. I do my 5. I hold for 5 on the 5th. And then from there, we go back to where we started with the legs out in front, and we have our 3 toe movements. So I'm still postured up with my butt behind me. I have 10 toe crunches. On the 10th one, we're holding for 10 seconds. And then you finish keeping them held, moving the ankle forward and back. And that is our foot circuit.